Hello everyone, welcome to Road Syndicate. I'm Sean Hodgins, and this week I'll be driving the Jaguar XF. Let's go for a ride.
This specific model that I have is a V6 supercharged with 340 horsepower. It also comes with either a V8 supercharged or a 4-cylinder turbo. The 4-cylinder turbo only has 240 horsepower compared to this, the V6, which has 340. I personally feel like the 4-cylinder would be underpowered. The acceleration in this is really nice. It's almost perfectly balanced. And I think the V8 would just be excess fun on top of that. The interior is really set up well. It's not really confusing, it's all laid out really nice. And it's got some cool features like the flip open vents and the steering wheel that conveniently moves out of your way when you get out of the car. This wood grain looks oddly familiar. Oh yeah, here. Wood looks kind of the same. Where am I? I'm in a 1989 XJ12. Backseat. People complaining about the headroom. I'm 6 foot. I don't really. Could be a little bit taller, but actually it's not that bad. There's decent legroom back here. The car does not feel as big as the space they give you inside. And it maneuvers pretty well. It doesn't feel like a big car. I guess it's not a big car. They just manage the space really well. I've always got to check out the engine, even though it's fairly disappointing nowadays.
So it has now been around a week with the car, and I can say it's really grown on me. It's been a great week. I have one thing to correct.
There's one thing that is annoying about this car. It is the Eco start stop, because it definitely needs some work. It's a little bit too jumpy. It just doesn't feel good. I'm sure it doesn't feel good in a lot of cars, but there's this button here to turn it off, which I just did. But it's definitely on the dash, easily accessible, because everyone is going to turn it off. The problem is, it restarts every time you return the car back on.
ASL, the auto speed limiter.
Alright, here's another interesting button. It's called ASL. I didn't even know what it was. I had to look it up. Auto speed limiter. This one right here. Let's turn that on. Speed limit to 30. 32 I guess is the lowest. And I'll step on it. Oh, put it on the floor. Doesn't let me go faster than that. Now it's telling me I'm going over the limit. That's, yeah, I guess so. I guess that could be handy on the highway. Set it to like 20 over the speed limit or something. I don't know. Don't really understand its purpose.
The only issue with it is that you have to adjust the speed manually. And so if you go from a 50 to an 80, you're manually switching up on the steering wheel to get to the correct speed. At first I didn't think it was really a head turner. It's just like, it's a nice Jag, but people seem to really like it. I don't know. I think it's a beautiful car. Space in the back, I would say, is adequate. I had no problems with it. Good leg room. But the way the car handled is like, it doesn't feel like the size of car it is. It feels much smaller. It goes when you want it to go, it goes where you want it to go, and it stops when you want it to stop. This is like, I think, the happy medium. It's got the perfect amount of power, especially for the all-wheel drive system. Like I said, the 240 horsepower 4-cylinder turbo could be borderline underpowered, but this package, perfect. I'm definitely gonna miss driving this car. It was a great week. And with that, she's got to go back onto the next car. If you could like the video, subscribe, we'll keep bringing you cool cars. That's all we want to do. We are Road Syndicate.